from Scynewave Studios, somewhere on the internet. It's the Scynewave Show. Featuring music by the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. And a cast of digital deviants and virtual vagrants. And now, your holographic host with the most, Scyne!
Hey everybody! Yeah, Gingy's a virtual vagrant. Holy crap. Hey everybody, it is time again for the Scynewave Show. I am your holographic host, Scyne. I have elbows now, apparently. And this is a show in which we... Well, yeah. Well, this is a show in which we talk about anything and everything, including how I apparently just got voted off America's Next Top Podcaster. So that happened. But we'll get to that in a moment. Joining me is the wonderful Tina Skunk. How you doing?
I do have elbows. Where'd those come from?
I told you.
Anyway,
I told you you have elbows.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. Watching a lot of Stranger Things 4.
I haven't started it yet. I've been busy working on a thing. We're not gonna.
It's good.
Yeah. We're not gonna. Yeah, there's a whole lot of like craziness. But yeah, no, like there was a lot of stuff that just came out. Have you watched the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan yet?
I have not, because every time I try to load up Disney Plus on my PlayStation, apparently somebody knocks me off of the service because my family doesn't get that I have a PlayStation 4.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, what are you thinking of Stranger Things 4? No spoilers, because like I said, I haven't started it yet. I don't know who here has started it yet, but you know.
It's interesting.
It's
very it follows the previous themes. Just put it that way.
Yeah. Getting more into the like Eleven's backstory and all kinds of stuff. I take it like a little bit of.
All I have to say is y'all need to watch the first episode, and then you'll understand a hell of a lot more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, I see Rocco. Rocco's in chat. Rocco's talking about watching The Secrets of Dumbledore, the last movie in the would you call it like the Mysterious Beasts arc of like Wizarding World shit or what? You know,
the one they paid Johnny Depp to be in, but he wasn't actually in because It's
super unfortunate. I have very strong opinions.
Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah, I was invested because like I had watched everything up until then, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. Oh boy, I am. If you're invested and you like the Wizarding World, go for it. I am just going to say I have never...
Warner Brothers backed the wrong horse. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that, because they definitely went in a direction.
That was a horse they should not have backed. That's all I have to say about it.
And it's...
In 2 different ways.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But it's just... Oh, man. It's a thing. Yeah. So, what else have you been up to? Like, I know that like some other stuff has come out. Have you watched like anything else? Like any big games or anything that you've been interested in? or anything?
Yeah, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is
Oh God. Yeah.
deliberation time.
Still talking about that. It's deliberation time. It's just a train wreck kind of thing.
It was her expert psychologist witness got called out and immediately exploded on Johnny Depp's lawyer, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was great. This is a meme. This is a meme. Everybody's seen this.
Yeah.
If you've been on the internet, you've seen this fucking lawyer. He's like, and he's got like this Doc Brown cowlick thing going on. It's great.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing. It's aggravating, but it's also really vindicating. Because
I don't know who's in the right or the wrong here, but I know they both like things. That's all I have to say about it.
Is there some things that Johnny could have done that Johnny could have done better? Sure. Yeah. But it is very clear
a lot on stand.
It's very, very clear when my thing is, those of you who know me, you know that I will go ham when it comes to saying you need to listen to victims of abuse. You need to
TMZ video.
Yeah. Well, you need to talk to you got to listen to you got to listen to victims of abuse. You have to, and we need to get out of this culture of like questioning, are they being truthful and things like that. And that's why this like really infuriates me, because you have a situation where a bunch of people did that and that individual lied about a lot, and it makes so many other people who are actually in a very bad situation or suffering, one, question, should I actually go forward and tell somebody because nobody's going to believe me? And then, or two, I'm telling people, but then people aren't believing me, and they're telling me that like I'm blowing things out of proportion or anything like that, or I'm lying, and that's aggravating. Like being someone,
it's going to be worse whenever this comes out. If something happens, they find that she's not been telling the truth about it.
Oh yeah,
all that.
Oh yeah.
And then she was also the face of the ACLU or something at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's aggravating. And yeah, and Rocco's right. It makes Me Too look like a joke when it is in reality a very, very substantial and very, very important mission. It's a very, very important message.
She pledged. She paid $250,000 total. There was a track of that they came up with in court. It was great.
Yeah, she pledged.
Anyway.
She didn't pay. She pledged.
Plus the two photos that were of the same wine spill in the exact same pattern in the exact same room.
Yeah. It's just, it's sad.
Seriously?
It's really, really sad. The whole thing is just.
I don't want to talk too much more about it, but I thought that those photos were funny. Oh, yeah. But if you take away the metadata box, it's redacted because it's the same picture as before.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one that is.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. But that's a.
Sorry.
It's a
I'm
thing.
Sorry, I don't want to laugh about this. This is terrible. This is terrible.
It's just bad.
I thought it was funny at the time because whenever the photos were next to each other, you could clearly see it's the same picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. But anyway.
But yes, if you need help, reach out to get help. That's all I have to say. Talk to somebody.
Tina, do you have a quick story or something? Because I have to. I have to get something working really fast, and I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
I can entertain.
Yeah, I'm just a quick second. I'm sorry.
Okay. Actually, I'll entertain the chat by talking to the chat. Hi, chat.
Yeah.
How you doing? Let's get some interaction with chat here. I'm not gonna dance for you. Fuck that. One thing I don't do. You can look at my overly exaggerated tits in the screen. But anyway, how are the bunnies under the shed? Oh, they're doing good. Same thing with the family of skunks living next to them. Stranger Things 4, I am episode 4 so far. They're gonna release the second one in July, I think. The second volume of season 4 in July. So if y'all want to just wait for that, that's fine too. But I don't want to wait. Oh, I told Foopy a story about the fact that our back shed has 2 openings underneath it, and there's a family of skunks and a family of bunnies underneath the shed, respectively, on each side. They get along. Bunch of little babies for each one of them. I think there's 2 for the skunk family and 3 or 4 for the rabbit family. They're cute. Nah, there's no stinky bunnies. I mean, no, not that I've known. There was a dog that disturbed the skunks. That was a stinky dog.
All right. So, yep, sorry guys. So anyway, let me get the first kind of topic going here because I have to take care of something, but this actually is great because I wanted to show you guys like this crazy video that I had found the other day. There is this YouTuber who,
I like crazy videos.
Yeah, he constantly goes through and discovers like all these weird, stupid loopholes in like copyright and like infringement law and stuff like that. And he does stupid stunts where like he's this British YouTuber and he like does stupid things like taking like all of the marketing for Apple and like making cheap dollar store knockoff things of all of the stuff, buying up a bunch of stuff and just giving it away, and then like buying like renting an office and like calling himself not Apple, and like we're better than Apple because we're not Apple, and like yeah, exactly, stupid stuff. But anyway, he recently came to America because he found what was considered the most racist town in America. And like he's black. It's kind of like holy shit. But the funny thing is that like what starts out as like one of his normal like silly videos ended up turning into this big like kind of documentary thing. So I kind of wanted to watch that here and like share that with you guys. So I'm gonna start that. Let me get that going, and then I will take care of something very fast. And then we've got some other topics to talk about today. So let's get that going.
That's good because I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. We're missing a Gingy. So I have to keep you guys entertained.
There's lack of one sleep paralysis demon. And,
yeah.
If somebody would paging Dr. Gingy.
Paging Dr. Gingy. Dr. Gingy. Come in, Dr. Gingy. But anyway, this is a quick like little thing, and then we'll end up talking because we've got a few things to talk about.
This is America's most racist man, and this is the story of how I found this man and tricked him into giving me an interview. But the craziest thing about all of this is that it was all an accident. Because originally I was traveling to Harrison, Arkansas, because based off the videos I've seen online, it's America's most racist town. And as I have a lot of history trolling racists...
What?
They're taking our houses, they're taking the lot.
And they took your teeth as well?
Yeah, they did.
I thought I was definitely qualified to go down there to see this town for myself and find out if it really is racist. So I travelled from London all the way to northwest Arkansas.
We're here! Well, we're not here yet. We have to get a taxi and then we're gonna be there.
And unfortunately, there were no taxis. So I had to try and hitchhike my way into getting someone to drive me all the way to Harrison, which is a 2-hour journey.
Yeah, Harrison, yeah. So basically, we hear it's the most racist town in America.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why you came?
Yeah, that's why I came the whole way. I'm saying we get a road trip to Harrison.
I really want to take you. I have to catch a movie, but let me see.
And what time's your movie?
It's at 10. I think I can pull it off.
You think?
I think so.
You think you can
Watched a movie in Harrison.
I can do it. You guys have like,
Yeah, no, we're not killers. We're not killers. First thing we have to do, we just have to prove that we're not killers. Here's the passports. This is where I just get out the zip tie and I choke you. No, not funny. So, have you guys heard much about Harrison?
They have like a KKK headquarters there. I saw a video on YouTube last year. Somebody like had Black Lives Matter sign, and people were telling them like, "Don't be here after dark."
Oh my gosh.
Scyne's taking care of something currently, so that's probably why the volume's a little wonky.
One of those towns that
Fine.
you are a minority, don't stop for gas there if you can avoid it.
Okay, so it's like that. And you feel like I should be nervous going?
I would be a little more nervous. Like,
Oh my gosh, George, what are we getting ourselves into?
This was already sounding like a bad idea, and to make things worse, Daniel told us a story about his friend who went to high school there.
So your friend...
he's black, right? He found a noose in his locker one time, and every day after school, he didn't stick around any longer than he needed to. He went straight to his mom's car to pick him up.
God, man, what, for real, what are we getting ourselves into? Why are you scared? You should be smiling right now. This is probably safer than England for you. Alright, I think we're pretty much here. This is, I believe to be Harrison. We're a couple minutes away from our hotel. And then we're going to start exploring. Thank you so much, my friend. I do want to give you some cash, because obviously you drove us all the way down here. That's $300.
Thank you so much.
Here we go.
So I waved off our good friend Daniel, and just like that, we had arrived in the most racist town in America.
Time to go into this hotel. It is actually on the National Register of Historic Places. So, mental stuff's gone down here. Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Brenda. I'll be here until 11 tonight.
Perfect.
If you want torture, just come down and I'll torture you.
Yeah, we'll talk again, Verinda. Now, if a lift ever felt like a horror movie, it's this one.
I was kind of worried.
Here we go. Now, we've just got to go explore the town a little bit. Verinda, where's best for like nightlife here?
Good luck. This town's dead. You might head down to the square.
The square? Off we go, into the darkness. Now this one, this feels
It's part of the
I'm
fact
actually
that
scared.
Scyne is currently not at
Oh, I
his
wonder why, George.
headset.
To be honest, going out late
That's why
in
it's
the
running
town is seen
so
as the most
oddly.
racist town in America alone
I wouldn't say after dark, man.
might be the stupidest thing I've ever done on this channel, and that is saying something.
Okay, though.
I presume this is the square, and this place is dead.
And just like that, we stumbled across our first local resident of Harrison, Arkansas.
We're new to this place. We're just filming a documentary for the BBC.
Okay.
Where's it popping? Where's the nightlife going on?
There is not really a nightlife in this town.
No nightlife?
No.
Nothing?
No. This is what we call the square. As you see, everything is absolutely closed right now. And it is what, like 9:30 on a Saturday?
Yeah, it's crazy. You got any friends around here?
We're actually playing cards.
You know,
Can we join you?
I can get away with this.
Sorry, what's
That
your name?
store's called Harness Boots and Shoes, right?
And Richard here had brought us into the land of the N-words.
That's kinky.
Oh.
I'm gonna go into it.
Let's play magic. so I just pick a card to play. I'm playing the command tower. What card has he played?
This is Shipwreck Marsh.
I'm just gonna play my Blood Crypt to land.
I'm gonna play Evolving Wilds.
We played a game called Magic the Gathering, and I was claiming to be a pro, but honestly, I had never played it before in my life, and I think it was obvious.
Draw a card.
Yeah, no, okay, a draw card. Got you. All right, so...
Draw a card.
Yeah, draw card.
No, from your deck.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But then I became a prestige 1000 level wizard and earned all of my fellow magicians' respect, which meant I could ask them to tell me the truth about this town.
We were sent here on behalf of the BBC because we were told that Harrison is actually the most racist town in America.
We get a lot of hate about Harrison being a racist town.
It's not that everybody here is that way. It's just that.
I like their Roku background that they have going on with that television.
White supremacy group or whatever.
They're in another town. They just like to come here so people don't bother their town when they do it.
So whereabouts are they?
It's a place called
Zinc.
It's a
Yeah.
like a few hundred.
You can play Yu-Gi-Oh, which is actually a pretty decent card game, which is also a kid's game. Or you can play Magic the Gathering, where you have to think about everything beforehand.
Right outside of our town, they don't do anything where they're at.
So these racist places, as a black person myself, it doesn't make sense for me to go to at all. What would they do if they saw me?
Trust me, if you went there, you would not be welcome.
Or you can play Dungeons and Dragons.
You are darker skinned than they
Just play Dungeons and Dragons.
and they will strip your car from one end to the other because they assume because you're different that you're probably also a criminal after. I mean, there are places where if you walk through there, you would likely not walk out.
Mental.
This was honestly a shocking start. The stuff they were telling me was so bad, it didn't sound like real life. And although
Or
these guys
various
were
other
cool,
things,
I mean,
Rocco.
I even took Richard's number. I still
But
needed
that's
to dig
spoilers
deeper,
if I go too
as
much.
That was just one group's opinion. So I went and found this bar to speak to a few more people.
We've
It's a
seen,
pizza.
Like, reports online that this area is the most racist town in America.
But actually, they live in Zinc.
Huh? They live
at Zinc.
Zinc.
Yeah.
So who is the racist in Zinc?
Oh, I can't think of his name right now.
I can, but I won't say it.
Yeah, okay.
What's the name?
I won't,
Oh, you
I
won't say it.
He's got a little group together over
I
In
think
Zinc.
it's a little church.
So there's a mystery man in Zinc who is the leader of the racist group. Is it safe in Zinc?
No, there's some people that live there that
Would they like people like me?
don't think so.
I didn't know about it
Yeah.
till maybe 2 years ago. I was stunned by it. And how secret.
Was stun locked by it.
You are so wise, Gandalf. What is the name of the Grand Master in Zinc?
I can't.
You can't say his name. He shall not be named.
No, I'm not scared of him. He's an old grandfather retired, like me. I mean, he's.
But you are good, and he is bad. What is his name, Gandalf?
I can't tell you.
Clearly some dark magic must happen when you say this man's name, but from our first night we'd found out some very interesting information, which were helping me build an opinion on Harrison, Arkansas.
What I'm thinking so far is everyone who I've spoken to seems proper nice and welcoming. They're telling me that the people in this town aren't racist, but it's just one area that just so happens to be very racist.
Also, I think the
And it
video
just so
itself
happens
is
to be
low
a
volume.
mystery leader who is like the most racist man in the world, it seems. So, like, I feel like we should dig into that a little bit, but we're also being warned away. I don't know if we're going to end up risking our lives for YouTube. We'll find out. Again.
Day 2. This was my opportunity to explore the town.
James, I'm Shush.
Say that one more time.
Shush.
Shush?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the same things carried on getting repeated.
The racism's honestly out towards Zinc.
That's what I keep hearing. It's Zinc.
Because that's where the retired Grand Wizard of the KKK is.
Interesting. The Grand Wizard.
Whoa.
People don't care for him in Harrison. You know, we're not racist. You know, most people, you can go down to almost any store and most of them aren't racist in the least bit.
So it's actually sad that you guys have now been given this reputation because of the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, just because he lives near us.
Oh my gosh, it's there. Look at it. It's not racist to love people. WhitePrideRadio.gold. You know what's interesting? The fact they changed it. They changed this sign to make it more friendly. They've modernized it.
Now the billboard said Harrison Strong, but not a single person I'd spoken to seem to endorse it. But that definitely doesn't mean that racism isn't here. It just means I haven't seen it yet.
Could do with some representation.
So I went into the town centre with the hope that racism would reveal itself.
That looks like
I
a
went to get
really
some
good
food,
waffle.
I met a delightful friend group, and to be honest, the craziest thing I'd seen wasn't even racist. It was just something that shocked my English mind.
To make it look like I'm talking to the camera, I just can't believe it right now, because right behind us, there's a kid with a gun. How the hell does a kid get a gun? America's different, man.
But don't worry, not all
That's
kids
Carl.
were shooting guns. Some were shooting hoops.
Basketball going on. Who's the best basketball player here?
Me, this guy.
That's you?
Yep.
What's your name?
Landon.
They call me Ringside. What I want to do is I want to take you on, and then if you beat me, I've got $20.
Oh yeah, let me hop in then. Let me hop in too.
If you miss, you're done for. Oh, he's good. I think you're going to fumble the bag. Oh! Oh, that was disrespectful. Guys, I'm a basketball player. I'm a basketball player. Woo! Oh! You think I didn't have that in my locker? Oh, I play basketball.
Another one.
Oh, you got one? What you got? What you got? Oh, he's fumbled! Sorry, man, sorry.
I win. Come on.
Yeah? But I won't miss.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's dangerous. Listen, you won. Congratulations, the cannon. I appreciate it. I know you're good. I know you're good at this game.
Bro, it's Chunks from Scynewave.
Chunks? I'm Chunks, yeah. I'm Chunks.
If I'm being honest, everyone had accepted me in this town. Even Richard from the Magic game came back to meet up with me.
From the videos which we've seen online, it looks like the whole town is racist. They make it look like the whole town is racist. From what I've seen, I haven't seen anything. I've seen people like you.
The reason we get this racist reputation from around the world is because we have a KKK leader that actually lives like 15 miles away.
So why am I focusing on Harrison when one of the main reasons this town is seen as the most racist town in America is because of the leader of the KKK. I think I've realized that this man has given all the people from this town a bad name. He put up the billboard and he's the one who holds the racist marches. So far my experience of this town has been positive. There's been people like Richard who actively wanted to help me. He literally agreed to take me wherever I wanted for free, but it was even crazier when I spoke to him and found out the daily struggles he goes through every day.
I've had multiple leg surgeries. I need to have a foot surgery, but
Really?
yeah, I've been putting that on the back burner for quite a while. They wanted $3,200 up front.
Really?
Yeah.
And every day you're feeling that?
Oh, yes, but it's just part of life for me.
This man is literally going through constant pain, yet he still wants to help me. And by no means am I saying that nobody in this town is racist. I just don't think it's fair to say that this is the most racist town when the main reason they have this reputation is because of a man who doesn't even live there. So I think it's time for me to take my focus off Harrison and declare war on the KKK and whoever their mystery leader is. What better place to start than Walmart, the place featured in that viral video. So I suited up and spoke to the people.
Literally came from the UK just to document this area on behalf of the BBC. What's with this town and the whole connection to the KKK? And where would they have those meetings?
Sometimes they'd be held at the Hotel Seville.
The hotel, they'd be in the Hotel Seville.
Yeah.
So they were having meetings in the hotel which we're in right now. So that's got like racist links. Oh my gosh, the hotel we're staying in is a racist hotel.
Which is part of the reason why my husband and my stepson won't move out here.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. So your husband's black?
Yeah.
So you're with it, man. You're with the cause. Fight the power.
But it was time for me to find out who the wizard was and how I could find him.
I was wondering if you could help me. I hear the great leader of the KKK, or the grand leader of the KKK, is in Zinc.
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Can you draw me a map on where we can go to find them? Your dad's just helping me. He's drawing me a map just to find someone.
I'm not drawing your map because I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know where it's at or what.
Okay, do you know anyone who would?
No.
Of what?
So we're just doing a documentary here for the BBC, and we're trying to find the grand leader of the Triple K.
I know that he has a compound in Zinc.
In Zinc.
Zinc.
And whereabouts is this compound?
That part I don't know.
Zinc Road.
Take the north side.
If you could just put it down, it's just easier for us to follow the map.
Thomas Robb.
Oh, that's his name, Thomas Robb.
Thomas Robb. He's actually the leader
Oh.
for KKK. It's supposed to be a big man with a
Okay, if you can just draw me how the house looks.
Other than that, I have no idea.
This is honestly, thank you so much. You should be proud of your parents.
It looks like a house.
For the cause.
Yep.
Let's go. Yeah.
And just like that, the moment we discovered who the Grand Wizard of the KKK was, an inside man from the KKK called the police on us and they escorted us off the property.
Well, we've now left, so hi. There's the snitch right over there. The wizard obviously has people here trying to stop us from finding him.
But it was too late because I already had his name. Thomas Robb, leader of the Ku Klux Klan. And something tells me he's not a very nice person.
My friend, when the Lord touches your heart.
We have the illegal aliens, that's bad enough, but we're bringing millions of so-called legal aliens.
My white brothers and sisters, you are a race of warriors and a race of conquerors.
I think gay people is an abomination.
The Ku Klux Klan is an American white supremacist terrorist and hate group, also known as the KKK, who have a history of many brutal killings of black people to keep them under their control. Even today, their goal remains white supremacy and a white-ruled America. Sounds stupid, right? Well, not stupid enough because they still have many, many members. So I think someone needs to go down there and make these people look as stupid as they are, and I'll give it my best shot. So it's time for me to track down Thomas Robb to Zinc, and there was only one man I wanted to take me there.
Is that my favorite man from Arkansas? Thank you so much, man.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, amazing to see you, man. Today we're going on adventures together.
Absolutely.
What we do have here, which potentially, hopefully you can take us to, is a map to Zinc. I was wondering if you could take us there.
I'll do my best.
Thank you, my friend. The map gave us the key, which has now activated the route to our destination.
So I made myself look presentable, and I headed to the place where everyone said the racists reside.
Feeling nervous? If you're confident, I'm confident, man. No, I'm not. I'm not.
I've heard a lot of things about Zinc, and absolutely none of it was positive.
Now this looks like a place called Zinc.
Unfortunately, the map only seemed to take us to the town of Zinc. We couldn't see this mansion that had been so beautifully drawn out. But the town population is literally 100, so I was confident we could track him down. But it didn't take long for us to get attacked.
Oh, great. Great. What's going on? Listen, dogs. Yo, what the hell's going on? Listen, calm down, you racist dog. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pussy. I know what he's speaking to me right now. He's definitely being racist and dog. Chill, dog. Leave me alone. George is right there. George is so close to him and he's going for me.
But luckily, we ended up finding this guy who gave us directions.
Hi, my friend. We're just here to interview Thomas Robb.
Is the next dirt road to your right?
And this took us deep into Zinc. There was no going back now.
No signal here either. Have you lost signal?
I have.
I think this is that house. Okay, well,
I
knocking on a KKK leader's door.
I wish you luck.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for driving us out here. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Epic gamer. Hello? What do we do? Do we knock? Oh, it's Confederate. Let's speak to this person. Hello, my friend.
Oh, you need to leave.
I need to
Oh
leave.
boy.
I'm here on behalf of the BBC. Are we not able to have a conversation? Okay. How can I give you a call? Can I just get your number just so I can give you a call? Oh, we'll call you up. Okay, thank you.
Is that him?
Yeah, that was him. So we're now going to try and do this properly by booking in an interview with him tomorrow, and hopefully we can make something work.
The only reason he seemed up for taking an interview with me is because I told him I worked for the BBC. So I'm going to run with that and say that we're running a positive story on the KKK, and hopefully that tricks him into accepting an interview.
Hello, copy.
Hello, is this Thomas Robb?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, here we go.
You still there?
Hello, yes, I'm here. I'd love to get an interview with you. I've come from the UK to speak to you. We're trying to do a story on why the KKK isn't racist. We basically just want to talk it all over with you, if that's okay.
How about coming out here, not to my home,
Yep.
but to church right next door? You probably know where it's at.
Thank you so much. Bye.
You're welcome.
can't believe it. You know we did the impossible. Oh my gosh. You know what happens when you just say, oh, I'm from the UK, I'm from the BBC? He just thinks this is some important thing. Didn't even think to do any research. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just BBC. And I am a BBC.
The fact this man has accepted an interview with the BBC with no background check or any need for identification shows his stupid intelligence level. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that. My bad, mate.
All good, homie.
For years, Thomas Robb has had interviews and has been able to put the KKK's racist views out into the world. And I think it's time for someone to troll this man and make him look like the idiot he is.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're about to meet up with the leader of the KKK. In the past, when I've spoken to racist people, I always try to avoid confronting them because the moment you confront them, you get no information. We're trying to show what he actually believes. I genuinely want to find out, and then we start the trolling. But God, there is no organization
start the troll.
KKK, so I'm genuinely scared to hear what he's going to say.
We're gonna find out what he believes, and then we'll troll him.
Oh,
Like the internet.
crazy. So this is it. So we're here at the home of Thomas Robb, home of the KKK. Here we are. Big up, Tom. Imar. Thank you. Hello.
At a certain time.
21, 50, almost 22.
Okay, so then the thing that there was a thing that may have needed to be skipped, but I guess we've already gone over it, so it doesn't matter.
What other pieces you've done?
If you don't, if you can't think of a thing that needed to be skipped, then we're good.
Okay. So you know about the English Defence League? Okay. Yeah, so basically the English Defence League, they just basically...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is
Ignorance
bliss.
is bliss.
Welcome to the BBC.
The video is hard to hear.
My name is Thomas Robb. I'm the National Director of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. I'm here with Imar Norse and...
Nonce.
Nos.
So Imar Nonce. Nance.
Nas.
So N-O-N-S.
Nas.
Can you say Nance?
Nas.
Nonce.
Nurse.
N-O-N-S.
Well, Nas.
Okay, is that better, guys?
I'm here with Imar Nance.
So now, if we can just do that from the top.
I'm Thomas Robb. I'm here with Imar Nance, and he's with BBC.
Yeah.
We're here having an enjoyable conversation about my involvement with the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. I'm National Director, and welcome here to the Ozarks.
Like,
thank you very much. Really
I don't understand like how people like don't do any research, you know? Like it would take like 30 seconds to look him up on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it would. They'd know that he wasn't from the BBC. Yeah, very, very, very easily.
Yeah.
We view ourselves as being anti-black. We want to preserve our heritage. We want to preserve our culture. We want to preserve our identity.
You want to stay white. There's nothing.
I mean, if you're talking about the BBC thing, and then he says he's a big black cock, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure that's okay for Twitch.
Did you get like assigned?
A little bit.
Did they like start you off on like quests or anything?
I was always involved in.
As long as you're not whipping out a big one, you're fine.
I just wanted to move
I think
on
that's
to the more
TOS there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it, but not show it.
I've seen clans like FaZe Clan, Optic Clan. I just think they're idiots. Like no one would be a higher prestige level.
FaZe Clan. He's talking about FaZe Clan.
But after a while, I thought these guys are idiots. Yeah, I didn't want to be connected to these people, so I finally stopped speaking to other groups. And so I feel that if I would have joined and pursued a career, I could have been very successful.
Yeah, they mean well, but they just don't have what it takes to take their clan to the levels of the Ku Klux. Would there be?
Oh my God.
No, we don't ask.
Optic.
I don't ask.
Yeah. Oh, fair. So we don't discriminate in this church.
Maybe we do. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he's laughing.
Everybody's not welcome in our church. I'm sorry.
So could I come to this church? No. Okay. No, makes sense. Yeah. What do you think of the people who say that you're racist?
What do you mean by a racist?
Someone who doesn't like black people or has prejudices towards black people.
Even those words don't. What do those words mean? I've got prejudice. Of course I do. Everybody has
Sorry,
prejudice.
was that a dumb question?
I mean, I prefer being around white people. I'm sorry, that's the way it is, you know?
Oh, you no, but like I'm like a supporter.
Yeah, Bojic, you can talk about the act of whipping it out, but you can't actually whip it out.
Yeah, you can't.
So there you
You're
go.
not going to come over to my house for a barbecue.
Oh, you wouldn't invite me.
You can talk about the act, but you can't do the act.
But, and is that because of color?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a separatist. I preserve my own people, and I'm not offended by a black.
Or else you get a
person
7-day
saying,
ban
"Hey,
on Twitch."
I prefer being around other my black brothers. Fine, I understand that. I prefer being around my family than some strange family.
Me personally, as a fan of you, I'm not trying to portray the KKK as racist because I've never seen anything racist by the KKK.
What is a racist? If a racist is someone who hates black people and wants to do them harm or something like that, and then obviously I have
Mumbles and racist.
Mumbles and racist.
These are to see misfortune come to a black child. I have no desire for that. I feel compassion for a young black mother.
Yeah, we are not a.
Caught up in the drugs or get shot by a drive-by shooter.
We are kids aren't our demo. I don't think. I'm very, very positive that kids are not our.
I believe that
Are we marked as 18 plus?
Yes,
yes, maybe.
Like me was running things.
Okay.
But I think we get. I think with the video though, we end up getting the point. So maybe we can stop the video because like I think it just keeps going to the same respect where he's just getting more and more and more like crazy.
This is trolling at this point, and it's
okay.
Yeah.
No, that was one of those things where like it like I didn't expect him to have it in him to like go to those extents because he's done like stupid stunts, but this is like going to another level.
I don't think that's a stupid stunt. I mean, that's kind of literally rolling up on somebody and going, "Hey, so we hear you're literally the most racist person in this entire state."
Yeah, like it's like holy shit! Like he was able to just on effectively practically a lark come to America and just go through and just walk himself through into like a very, very, very hostile situation and still make comedy. So I mean that's some crazy shit.
All you gotta do is say the word that you're from the BBC and you're good. Apparently.
Have a British accent.
That.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, you don't.
If you walk up with a cup of tea, you're fine. I don't know.
The whole thing was like just insane, but yeah. Anyway, sorry about the extended kind of hang out, watch another video kind of thing for a little bit. I had to take care of something here, but I did want
Life
to
comes
have
first.
Yeah, it does. But I did want to have a conversation about what happened this past week on America's Next Top Podcaster. For those of you who were not aware, there is a podcasting competition known as America's Next Top Podcaster. It's a podcasting competition that is like it's like an educational thing that is structured in the form of like a reality show, like like Great British Bake Off or something like that.
Listen.
Oh yeah. If you're interested in podcasting, if you want to learn about like, making, and producing and stuff like that, all of the seasons, right now we're in the 4th season. All of the seasons, absolutely amazing. You learn so much about kind of the behind the scenes stuff. Like anybody can sit down and learn an editing software or something like that, but how to write a podcast, how to do research, how to handle pacing and editing and all those different things. That is what the show is all about. And so
it's like knowing what the ingredients in the souffle are, and this is like them telling you how to cook it. Not actually having a souffle recipe. Get on that for next season. I would listen to that.
Oh, maybe. But anyway, I have been a contestant for season 4. I've gone through so many different things, so many different trials. But this past week, we had a educational podcast. It's like an educational science podcast. And so, because our team lost the previous, we didn't get to choose what our topic was, and we ended up getting handed chemistry as our subject. So, we created, based off of one of my favorite podcasts, and also coincidentally something produced by one of the judges of the show. A show he produces
was
a show.
Sponsor for a while too.
Oh yeah, that was we were promoting it when the first season happened. But a show called World's Greatest Con. And so what I did was I took that formula and applied it to chemistry and created the world's most dangerous chemical. And so it was a chemistry podcast where every episode, kind of the idea behind it is every episode there's a dangerous chemical compound or something that's spoken about. And what we talked about for this and for the, you create an episode of a podcast as if you've been making that series. And so the episode that was created for the competition was on something called chlorine trifluoride. And so what chlorine trifluoride is it's a really, really nasty chemical oxidizer. And what an oxidizer is a thing that just makes stuff burn. So we were talking about it, and using the World's Greatest Con kind of history podcast stuff, we went into this where we started talking about like the history and everything. And unfortunately, one of the bullet points in the history of this chemical is that it was attempted to be used by arguably the worst war criminals, the most despicable, like evil enemies of humanity as a whole, the Nazis. They tried to figure out how they could use it as a tool in their fight against the Allied forces. And, I ended up talking about like how they, tried harnessing it. And before they could even get to putting it in some form of a weapon, they just were scared off by it because it's very volatile. The stuff can make asbestos burn. It's nasty shit. The problem was that the tone that I had going into it, and with the writing and everything, I was sensationalist, and I didn't really respect the tone that I was talking about the most despicable, evil force that humanity has gone up against. And maybe, seeing as one of the judges is of Jewish descent, that was a bad call. And that's what led to it, is effectively, I wasn't paying attention to tone. I wasn't being sensitive to something that I really should have been sensitive to. And it turned out to be a bad time. And so, yeah, it was, yeah. Foopy's right there. Foopy, you have the quote of the episode, which is oof. It's really, it was a big oof.
Oof.
Thing is, though, is that I've had conversations with people, you know, after the fact, and as far as you know, this just happened last week. It's not like these things are pre-recorded weeks in advance, and you know, we have a whole bunch of extra production elements and meetings and things.
To the wizard behind. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No, it's not like any of that happened.
Pay no attention to this curtain.
But yeah, no, Foopy. Yeah, it was it was entirely tone control. And so, to kind of talk about this a little bit more, I actually had a sit-down conversation with Jenny Josephine. Oh, yeah. Wow, I cannot talk. I am sorry, Jenny. Jenny Josephson. She is one of the judges on the show on ANTP. She's also someone who has years and years and years working in journalism, in podcasting and such. And, you know, I was lucky to get this lesson from, of all people, her. Because like it wasn't it's not something where it's just like, I don't like you because you said a thing. It is this situation where I just had blinders on. And so let me go ahead here and I am going to pull this up. But while I'm pulling that up, Tina, you said that you had a chance to listen to my submission. Other than the glaring tone thing, what did you think?
It was educational. I mean, it's what the contest was about. It was chemistry and educational, and gave some backstory.
And you learned something, right? And you learned something, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just listened to it earlier, but I really couldn't tell you very much about it because that'd be spoilers.
Yeah. All I have to say is what we're going to do is, you know, I'm going to jump
an
to
accurate representation of what I am right now.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump to let's jump to the interview then. Well, I as we just said a few moments ago, person in the present, I'm key in the past. Just said I got eliminated, and that was a thing, and that was a little bit of an emotional moment because it was a blind spot. But to kind of, you know, talk about it a little bit and everything, I asked Jenny on the show today so that we could just kind of talk and, you know, digest what just happened, you know, with everyone. So, how you doing? You're a stick of butter. That's
Hi, I'm a stick of butter.
That's
of
interesting.
All the options. You know what it was? I haven't been in VR chat before the program. And I saw the basic options, and I was like, well, I can't tell you the significance of, say, any anime character. I didn't want to be like a ghoulish thing. And then I saw the stick of butter, and I was like, oh, that's really me on the inside anyway.
I
so
see.
It made perfect then.
Yes.
I am a stick of butter.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, we're all a stick of butter.
But I'm always just delightful.
Yes.
How about that? There's the metaphor.
Sweet. And, you know, a little bit salty.
And a little caloric. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
High calorie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's better. shifting to be better.
Shifting around.
Keep interacting with. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure the wrapper's in the right place.
So, how are you feeling after your elimination? That's
Well,
my first question.
Well, I'm actually pretty good. Like I said, I really do feel that I learned a lot over the course of the entire experience, and really, what you had to say was a very, very big eye opener for me, because everybody, all you guys watching, that I tend to try to keep things on the rails and try to make sure that things don't get too crazy, and that like I'm paying attention to kind of like the tone and everything of the show, and we get crazy, we get raunchy, we say all kinds of stuff, but we don't cross lines. And I got eliminated because I didn't pay attention to where I was standing, I guess. And you think you get that mindset, and you think oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna talk about this, and and it doesn't really matter what your intentions are if you kind of don't pay attention to how that could be potentially perceived. You pretty much forced me to recontextualize the work that I had made, and I realized exactly what I had done. My heart sank, and I know that I've said this tons and tons of times, multiple times at the end, and during my goodbye and everything, but like knowing that I caused that kind of reaction and made you feel that visceral emotion towards what I did, just that is the thing that upset me the most, and why I really, again, and I know you've told me that everything's fine and everything's good, but I do want to also apologize again, because that it's just, well, that's the thing. It's just, if I am not recognizing what I did, and if I don't want to take, ownership of my actions, then I don't really have a right to create, if in my eyes. If you don't.
All right. Let me jump in and save you from too much more self-flagellation. Because here's the thing. It's always one line of something. You had a great podcast entry that week. It was the world's most dangerous chemicals, or right? Like that was the name of the show, or something close to that.
Yeah.
And it was a good idea, and you had a creative structure, and it all just came down to a couple of lines that I personally just felt kind of like crossed over from what the rest of the podcast actually was, which was a good exploration of the world's most dangerous substance, right? Like burn through anything, and like that was so good on its own,
right?
That we didn't need to bring the Nazis into it, other than to say a historical fact. It's one of those things that, like, once you bring in the Nazis or the guy that ran them, you just invite like a microscope. So it's best just to, like, if your sentence contains that, it's the who, what, where, when, why, how, no editorializing. Now, my sense was that every other part of your podcast that had a sense of ironic detachment or sort of like stepped back amazement about the chemical and about what it could do was great. The
Right.
problem is different people receive things different ways, right? So as a half Jewish person, and I just wanted to, in some ways, like being a judge on that show is giving the contestants a taste of what would happen in the real world if they did something. And I mean, we had other people do stuff in bad taste or missing a lens. And for you, for all that you think about things, like you think about things so deeply, like I could tell, like you did such a great job on all the podcasts that you did. You had really great creative ideas. And so it's just like, I think of it like a lens, like on a,
Yeah.
like a microscope where the lens goes up and the lens goes down. You see things different way and you see things through different people. And it's just like sometimes we forget to slip that one lens down and
Exactly.
see it away. And right. And I didn't think you were going for comedy. I thought it was just sort of like a ironic thing. For me, it was just an opportunity to embed that lesson deeply so that it never left. Because look, and I'll tell you, like, of all of my like sort of circle of like as a butter doing this, a circle of intersections, right? Woman, half Jewish, borderline getting to the edge of disabled territory,
Yeah.
which I'm trying to not have happen.
Right.
I see the world through a lot of lenses, but I don't see the world through all of them at
Right.
all. And in fact, there have been a lot of moments where I have missed a lens, and that has really, like, I know the feeling. Like, it doesn't feel good. And I've
Right.
been lucky enough to have people point it out to me in a kind way, and I feel like I missed that opportunity on the show. So for that, I'm sorry. You know, like
Well, it's not bad.
I should have done that in a, instead of being a Simon Cowell, for lack of a better word, I feel like I should have been a more me, right? And how
Yeah.
I would normally do it. This just happened to hit a spot that was there that I maybe didn't even know was there.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
the way it came across to me, and I don't know if I had said this in the moment, but it's the way I felt right when it happened at the judging, and it's the way that I feel now, is that it wasn't aimed at me.
No, it's
like,
not personal. I'll put it
yeah,
that way.
it's not. It wasn't targeted at me. It was targeted at the person listening to this that could potentially be that individual. And
Right.
I am very happy in my role as the punching bag to illustrate this is what happens when you don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. And
Right.
how,
And that's all it is.
yeah, and you know, it's how a great idea can get ruined very, very easily due to a single oversight.
Right.
And
that's, for me, that's all it was. But I wanted to, I mean, I was, even without wanting to or not wanting to, illustrating it loudly, right? Like just saying like, this is how this made me feel, which I think is, you know, whatever. So I was really sorry though to see you off the show. And that's one of those things that, like, what I want to make really clear, right, is that you were not voted off the show for being you and writing a thing. You were voted off because that week you were the writer, right? And someone else was the editor. And in the, I think you get to eventually hear, or did hear on the show, the judge's deliberation. Did you hear that?
So I am going to say, yes, I heard the judge's deliberation.
Okay.
Not like we're recording this ahead of time. We don't do that. This is live.
No. Yes. As you know, it was a fierce deliberation because nobody wanted to see you go.
Yeah.
Like, not even like after this, like nobody wanted to see you go. But and we always wrestle with this on this show and we never get it quite right. And it's really just because no reality competition can really totally encompass all the possible situations. But
Yeah.
the writer wrote the thing and researched the thing. So the writer had to go and we were all like super bummed that that was your role that week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's it. And
Yeah.
so for me, I never, ever want to see it impede your ability to make great storytelling. Because look at you. Look at what you've got going on here. Like, this is the future, right?
Yeah.
And so if you take it, I mean, believe me, I started out when people were still cutting on like reel to reel and audio. Like, this is the future. Like,
Oh yeah. This.
so,
yeah.
this is so fantastic. Like my mind is a whirl. And I just feel like it's like when someone gives you a note, no matter whether they give it well or give it poorly, it's like you write to the spirit of the note. And my husband had to do that all the time. I have to do that all the time. And sometimes it's like, ouch, that note hurt. But like, you're always better for the note for the most part, unless it becomes obvious trolling or screaming or whatever, which,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, so, you know, make great art, tell great stories. You have an incredibly creative mind, and I cannot wait to see what it does. And what you do.
Well, thank you. And I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm literally doing it right now. And yeah. And so so that people can follow you.
Yes.
Do
I want them to, or are they going to yell at me?
If anybody yells at Jenny, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. I'm going to be very, very disappointed in all of them. Exactly. Exactly. Don't be mean to Jenny. Don't be mean to Jenny.
Can I just tell you, I work at a major corporation, and I told my boss today, I said, I'm being interviewed in VR as a stick of butter, and then I had to spend 20 minutes explaining it. It was like the greatest meeting I've ever had. It was just so awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, okay.
So, well, you can find me on Twitter, JENNIEJ 23 on Twitter, and I really hope that we continue to have such excellent conversations. I will certainly tell people about this because this is like the coolest thing I've done in a long time.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure having you on. As always, it is always a pleasure talking with you. You know, as the competition keeps going on, oh, well, here, let me stand up and I will.
Right?
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, so almost so close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close.
Sticks of butter don't do handshakes.
No, in VR, everybody hugs more. That's what we do.
Oh, that's so great. I love it. The last time I was in VR was on Second Life, and let me tell you, it was worse.
Yeah. We don't talk about Bruno.
Those were the weird days. No. All right, bye, everybody. Since we are certainly live.
Yeah, we are
All
absolutely live. Yeah. Yeah, totally live. Because, like, I didn't just, like, magically pop back into my chair. Like, right now, that's technology and everything. But, yeah. So, yeah.
I was wondering what the smell of butter was. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Clarification.
Yeah, the smell of butter. Yeah, it was in the seat. Yeah.
Clarified butter.
Yeah, clarified butter. There you go.
Yeah, she was just here. She's really pleasant. I had to go back behind the thing for a little bit. Really nice person. Follow her on Twitter.
Exactly. Matrix magic. Yes, indeed. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, fun stuff. Hold on a second though, because I have a dog that is getting into something that they really shouldn't. And I'm trying to grab him really fast. Oh, whoa. So this is the pup date, apparently. You can't see it. You can't see it. You might be hearing it.
Update.
Yep. Yep. You're hearing it. Hopefully. Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So that was Xena. And she's still like right here. She's like grabbing onto.
No, we did not Scotch guard the couch.
No.
We've been still trying to hire somebody to do that because Genji, every time he sits down, leaves a puddle. We don't know what the fuck that actually is.
Yeah, science doesn't know. It's been trying to analyze, but we just don't know. But yeah,
it's not red wine, but it leaves a stain like red wine, and I think they're still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah. But yes, Bojack. It was that was puppy licky times. Apparently, she's still like holding on to my arm, which is why it's moving right now. That's just happening. So we're just gonna like I guess this is my life now. We're gonna live with my hand doing that. No, come back.
No, okay. Do we have a new couch in the new studio that we're going to be getting eventually?
We're nailing down some details. We're trying to get some details nailed down, but
are we Scotch guarding it?
I mean, we should. I mean, it's we might need to burn that couch. Bojack was saying
it's like $150 extra per cushion, but I guess maybe it's a good idea.
Yeah, we're probably gonna. Sorry, Xena is being delightful today. But yes, we're gonna definitely need to get we're gonna probably, like Bojack said, burn this couch, get a new one. We'll figure it out. Stuff's moving along with the studio anyway. So
see now that I'm reading the lovely production chat that we have here that I should have been reading about a while ago. My bad.
No, it happens.
There's new stuff. There's new stuff that our good friend Red. Do we have this topic of conversation?
Absolutely. So yeah, let's actually get into that. So unfortunately, he's okay right now. He's okay. But unfortunately, our friend Red got the nasty, and he had been out of commission because he was recovering. But in his hanging out and trying to vegetate and everything, he ended up coming up with this really, really, really cool concept. So let me go ahead and pull this up because he's just released this. As he does with practically everything he creates, he's giving it out for free, so you can get it on Booth right now. It's totally free. And pretty much what this prefab is this entire painting system.
I've seen it in action, actually. To a world the other night. It's really nice. Stop and start.
Yep, it is an entire really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to implement it to demo in World, but it's really simple, and they're even working on
super cool.
Yeah, they're working on a really cool pretty much like auto installer to make it simple, because with with all of the prefab stuff and everything that's coming with like the new VR chat stuff.
It's another thing that VR Chat has out there. Yeah, it's another like package installer or something like that.
It's a package.
Packet installer.
Yeah, it's a package to load inside of your avatar. We want to insert the package into your avatar.
Deep
so
up
that
inside that avatar.
it goes deep inside the avatar.
So it can bear children.
And it gives you the ability to spawn this drawing tablet. I've been talking with them, and there's like all kinds of really cool features that are going to be coming too. So it's going to do all kinds of stuff. But like if you, it is a new community activity. You can just go into the virtual world and then paint what you see. And you can do it with your friends where everybody's like painting and doing everything. Like imagine doing a portrait of someone doing a portrait of you. Like you could, there's so many like crazy possibilities.
I was in a demo world that Red had hosted.
Yeah.
And I was there for, I think he accidentally made it public, but still, that was a mistake. Probably.
Yeah.
But there was like 3 or 4 different people there that were actually painting on it. And one of them was actually an artist, and it looked really good. They painted like a full caricature. And I found out that they're actually an artist that was been looking for something like this for a while.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist in VR Chat, you can actually take a picture of it, like with your camera in VR Chat, and then take it out of world. So
and there
really
might
cool.
even
It's a
be
really cool concept.
There might even be some really cool additional things coming for that as well, and with some additional features and all kinds of stuff. So it's something that is in some active development, and some really cool things are happening, and it is free. You could find it on if you go to discord.scyne.com. In our promotions channel, which you guys can use for promoting things that you are interested in, that you have made. In the promotions channel, you'll find a link to it, and you can just download it. It's free. Why are you just like waiting? Just download it. It's super cool and super easy to add to an avatar. They're even working on tools to make it even easier. So that is community right there. I think
there was mention of like paint mixing or something in the future. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually a thing. But
all kinds of stuff.
There was a lot of talk.
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention to all of it, to be honest.
But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that like makes like, the virtual world like such a cool place to exist, because people can just think of something and it just happens. It just you could just make things. Your limit is your imagination. That's freaking cool, right?
I mean, if you want a piece of clothing and you know how to do it, you can do it. Red
Mm-hmm.
wanted a easel and potentially a tablet version. I think the tablet version's available now.
Yeah, the tablet version is version is available. The easel version, I think, is going to be like an in-world version. So like you can, yeah. So like you can have it in world and everything. So yeah, it's super cool, super freaking cool.
But
so yeah,
you're right about VR Chat, and like Jenny said, this is the future. People are gonna have meetings here. They're gonna have interviews. And if you know how to do stuff like paint or make music, I've seen DJs in VR Chat, and perfectly wonderful.
Yeah.
Or if you know how to make clothing, like if you're a big clothing brand, I can only guarantee you that soon there's going to be major clothing brands that go, okay, well, we can use Gumroad or our own site to sell avatar pieces.
Yeah. It's just crazy seeing like stuff like this getting made like all the time. So yeah, no, it's not like it's not like a when we're saying a tablet, imagine like a like a real life drawing tablet, like the kind that has like a screen, or like an iPad with like a stylus of some sort or something like that. Imagine
The tablet in
that.
virtual space.
Yeah, imagine that kind of tablet existing within like virtual reality and being able to use that for drawing and creating art and everything. It's freaking cool.
I can't
It's
wait to see what
super
people do
cool.
with it, honestly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can see a lot of it. Like if you go into Red's Discord, which is linked from our Discord, discord.scyne.com. But his VR creators community, they've got like a whole bunch of stuff where people have been using it and making art. It's just crazy. So yeah, I 100% gotta say, if you have a few moments, download it, try adding it to an avatar. It is super fun. Yeah,
I've been thinking about adding it to the bunny I'm working on.
do it. I mean, like at the very least,
thinking about it.
you can use it for like, you know, writing things down and then showing it to somebody. Use it like a like that's an application that like might not have been thought of. Yeah,
like,
it might
this is you.
it might not have been thought about, but like something that like people who, like for instance, mutes, you know, people who do not speak in VR, they can whip that tablet out, write something down like a big notepad, flip it around and hold it to somebody and show them. Yeah, I know.
There's Foopy, there's a lot of different versions of the bunny. That's just that's what's happening. But anyway,
there's a lot of stuff happening. But yeah, so that's freaking cool. And like I said, discord.scyne.com. Go there, check that out. Download it, have some fun. There's another thing, though, that I had been talking about and I'd been ranting about since last week. You remember the thing that, like, I was like, hey, this is a great game. And then Gingy's like, hey, their marketing is shit. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
I'm sad
that was
he's
a
not
thing.
here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wish Gingy was here so that we could continue that conversation, because I had some good insight that was given to me by a friend of mine that is a marketing student. And I have had like a major change in my understanding of the reality that is these online, you know, cell phone games. It's the craziest thing that like I completely did not realize. And, you know, this is something that I really want to talk about because it has changed my view. And I have to actually even go as so far as to say I was wrong about the shit I've said about games like Raid Shadow Legends. Now, there's a big caveat here. It's not everything is wrong. So when we talk about the marketing and every single thing that Gingy said last week on this, 100% absolutely correct. That is totally legitimate. Like, you know,
Doesn't mean the game's bad.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I looked at games that had this kind of marketing as effectively low effort money grabs. Make the minimum viable product, push a shit ton of advertising, cram it down full of microtransactions to the point where you can't take 3 steps without having to give them more money, and fleece people for as much as you can, as long as you can. And that's my thought of what I thought these games were. You see the advertising and the way that they are and just how bland and basic and crappy the gameplay is and everything. So that has to be what it is, right? Right? Well, I was completely wrong, because a quick recap from last week, I have been playing, and I am still playing, a game by the name of Dislight. It's a crazy awesome like gotcha turn idle RPG game
that my phone can't run,
unfortunately, and that's really disappointing. I mean, you know, you could try an emulator, but I know how you feel about like those and shit. But anyway, the point of the matter is, the game is really good. It has a story that isn't really like incredibly deep, but it's the story's okay. The game and tactics are really fun. They are constantly adding new things. Like, there's an update that is getting pushed in like 2 days that adds an entire new story expansion, a bunch of new characters, an entire new game mode. Like, they are putting in a lot of effort and work. Yeah, they're putting in a lot of effort and work into this game. And I started playing without seeing any of the advertising at all. I just saw a game and I was just like, huh, that looks kind of cool. Let me see what this is all about. I've never seen anything or heard anything about it. So I started playing it, and the music was good, and the graphics are good, and the gameplay's fun, and everything. And I was like, wow, I want to tell everybody about it, because
music is banger.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. And so like, I'm like telling it, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I want to share this with everybody. Adele, blah blah blah. I'm gonna create an in-game club. That's the guild system of the game, and I'm gonna do that and invite viewers and all that shit. And then Gingy
It's another thing we need to talk about too.
Oh yeah. And then Gingy then brought up that their advertising is really bad, and they had actually sent him an offer that was really bad for advertising, and that has always been kind of a qualifier for whether I touch a game or not. If it has that kind of shitty advertising, then I'd be like, no, I don't care about this. So imagine how conflicted I've been over the past week when Gingy comes to me with, look at how bad this shit is. And then I also have this other view of, but the game is really, really good. I don't know what to think. And so, you know, I'm talking to my friend, my marketing major friend, and we're going through, and they bring to me like some very big bullet points that I completely and totally, I wasn't thinking about, and it's and so like I wanted to kind of share a bit of this with you. I'm just pulling this up because I have a thing. So yeah, I'm just pulling up some notes.
The marketing onion.
Yeah, I just fell down the marketing onion, and you know, and so pretty much what's going on is culturally, and I'm gonna try to phrase this as carefully because, again, I am not a marketing major. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. I'm just parroting back my understanding of some things. But effectively, there is this view in kind of like the society of Chinese business, or that kind of, or maybe to an extent, a lot of different like foreign companies and how they are trying to market to Western audiences. But effectively, if I'm selling you, like if I try selling you a blue car or something, right? And you say, yeah, I'll pay you, you know, a certain amount for that blue car. And I deliver that car to you, and you give me the money, and then you try cranking it up and it doesn't work. You're going to complain to me. You're going to be like, but the car doesn't drive. But if I didn't define and say explicitly that the car drives, and everything like that, technically the transaction is still complete. You're not satisfied, but that's the way it is. Well, imagine being kind of in a position where, sure, the car doesn't drive the way that you want it to, but if you explicitly say, I want this model car from this year in this color, I want it to look a certain way, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and I deliver that to you, we've completed our business transaction. And that's that. And what's happening, from my understanding, is that a lot of these foreign companies, they have a development team that may actually really care about the game. Some may not. This isn't the golden rule, but some companies actually really do care about the product that they're producing. But they have a company that is an owner or executives and such that they're focused on really the bottom line. Can they make money off of this? How can we turn a profit with this so that we can function? And what may or may not happen is they then say, okay, we can go into the Western market. I don't speak English. You don't speak English as your primary thing. So you're not the best choice for localized advertising. So let's get somebody from a country that has somebody that can specialize in that or whatever. And then we're going to tell them, market this game. We want so many views, so many click-throughs. And that's how we know that we are getting our money's worth. And so they end up coming over to these different companies, and we ended up finding the names of a couple of these companies, but I'm not going to go down that detailed because this might, depending on how it progresses, it might even go and turn into an episode of Virtual Log, which is the long form podcast that we do. Oh, sorry. There's puppies that are getting loud. But this might turn into an episode of our long form podcast. And as such, like I'm just gonna give the bride the large kind of wide breadth things here. These companies are making games. They are coming to entities that don't really care about the quality of the game. They don't really care about anything of the game. They're just being told, practically like a Fiverr, commission. I want a thing that says this. And so then they just make that. That's what they do. They just say, okay, we're gonna make a crap commercial that is going to get clicks, and we end up with crap like this. Where did I put that? Hold on. I have a couple of these.
Trash where it belongs.
Yeah, it needs to be in the trash. It really, really does need to be in the trash. But we end up with crap like this video, if it wants to load. It's coming.
Parsing issue.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That's a weird update thing that's hanging.
Why am I grabbing?
My goodness.
There we go.
Look at these sensitive ears, the fluffy tail. Is this what furry heaven looks like? Wait, what? Anubis and Fenrir are only 3 stars? Okay, don't panic. Dislight is unlike other games. 3-star Espers can shine like superstars. As a free 3-star Esper offered to all new players, Anubis's ult can effectively take down multiple targets. Fenrir's multi-stage attacks can deal damage up to 200% of ATK. What's hotter than furry superheroes in action? Get them now!
So let me just ask one quick question. Does anybody...
God, why?
Well, yes, God, why? So then two quick questions. Does anybody here that just saw that, does anybody give a shit about like the attack? Oh, sorry, ATK. Like, does anybody give a shit about like all of those stats and things that they talked about? Like did they
give a fuck about those?
Yeah, no, you don't.
I don't play the game, and I still don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing is like, well, yeah, Monaka says, I'm sure someone cares. You know who cares? Me, the person who's actually playing the game, because I build, my team where I'm fighting shit, and I need to know these things because I am playing the game.
That's supposed to be marketed towards somebody like me. That it's still a hard sell for me to get an emulator, but still.
But that's
is supposed to sell me.
Yeah. Yes.
On a game, but I don't know what the fuck any of that shit means. Nor would I care who the hell these characters are if I haven't actually seen anything else. I've seen other things, but still, why would I care?
Yes. And so that's the problem. It's not the game. It is entirely.
They do not have a desktop version.
It's entirely like you might be looking, if you're looking online and seeing something that says that it's like a desktop version. You might be finding a few different websites where people are saying like you could play the desktop version, and they're actually talking about an emulator. They're not actually talking about the. They're not talking about the actual something made by the company. But anyway, no.
When they do release a desktop version, I might.
Oh, that would be great. That would be absolutely wonderful. But so what happens is like we get these games that are good, some better than others, but they're all marketed like crap. They're all marketed as like, let's throw a bunch of stats and different things at people so that we can say we have made an advertisement for the game, and then put it in so many places that the accidental clicks alone will cover the click through. You might get a few people legitimately clicking through. There may be advertising, like with some of the games, with some of the mobile games, you see advertising that's like that caters to OCD, where it's just like it is very obvious how you complete the puzzle that they are showing in the thing that they are showing, and the person that is playing the game is going out of their way to do it wrong in the most infuriating way possible, and it gets you to the point.
One game, yeah. That one stupid ad.
Mm-hmm. And it gets you to the point where you're just like, Jesus, it's so fucking simple. Why won't you just do it like that? And you download the game, and you're just like, this can't be all there is. I could just beat the whole game. And then you do that, and then they've won because you get the game, and then you don't see that anywhere. And it turns out that the thing that you saw that was super infuriating is actually a late game bonus level that you have to play hours of the game in order to get to. Like, that is the deceptive marketing and everything, but it is just technically legitimate. It's technically correct. The thing is in the game. That is something that indicates a bit of what a small sliver of an aspect of the game is supposed to play like. But that's that. Like, when we talk about like the one game that keeps advertising like that it's like the most adult thing ever, and all it is just like a real-time strategy thing, or all these different things, like it's just fucking people saying, hey, I'm going to get people to click your shit and go to your thing. And the companies that own these properties are saying, well, we paid some money and we got the clicks that we asked that company to give us. Therefore, the business transaction's great. We asked for a blue car and they gave us a blue car. It sucks that it doesn't drive, but it is the blue car that we asked them for. So that is what we got. That is what we paid for. And then
there are games that use booba to draw people in. Poopy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm talking about, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And then you also have some really, 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 really like bad like creator connections. So they take that same kind of mentality and then they move it over to like, you know, creators like us, like people that are doing Twitch and everything. And they say, hey, this is very simple. We will give you this large, sizable chunk of money if you play our game for blank number of hours and get so many people to sign up. And it sounds so simple, but then it turns you into like this marketing shill. They win either way, because if you don't get it, you've just given them hours of free marketing, because now everybody who watches your shit is now, they're being force fed it. And then if you do get people to sign up, they're going to give you some money, but the number of signups are completely and totally proportional to the dollar amount that they expect those people to spend on the thing that you are trying to hawk. And you might be getting what feels like a sizable chunk of money to you, but they are getting much bigger returns off of the back of your hard work. And that is what Gingy was really fucking upset about. It is something that I am upset about. It is something that I am disappointed that this game that
there's other things in...
Yeah. There's other things.
Other things in the world that do that stuff too. I mean, Avon. But anyway, we're not going to go into that. That's, you know.
But that's the same kind of thing. That's the same kind of thing where effectively you are not treated equally in the business relationship.
They're products. I'm not defaming anybody. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, and yeah,
but still,
they're products and everything, and that is why. Yeah, and some creators end up taking these types of sponsorships and they shoot themselves in the foot because they are now force feeding this to a group of individuals that don't really agree with that kind of marketing and such. And it's just, and the creators, they're not bad people. They're, in fact, the majority of these people that end up taking these types of sponsorships are hurting financially. They're doing it because they need to. And this is the first company that has given them the time of day that has effectively legitimized them as a streamer
you don't think people
or whatever.
Pay attention to that stuff?
Yeah,
you don't think that these companies aren't there actually watching some of these people and going, "Oh,
yeah,
well, we see this person needs help, so I mean, they'll hawk our product to us, to the people." It's deceptive. I mean, don't get me wrong; it's very deceptive.
Yeah, and then there's also companies that then just shotgun the shit out to everyone. I mean, when you look at like everything, like for instance, what happened a couple weeks ago with what was the name of the company? They're closed now, very obviously, but they did the artisan builds, right? It was artisan builds.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
yeah, so,
really? That's closed?
Yeah, like artisan builds. Yeah, they're shuttered. they're done because they their CEO fucked them. It was horrible because what they did was they have partners, which are just people who are accepted into the community and then end up like just advertising stuff for them, pretty much for free. And they have like partner, and they have like partner, like contests and stuff from time to time where, yeah, they have like partner contests from time to time where effectively, you know, they would do like a stream and they would be like, hey, we're going to give you a free computer or whatever, you know, one of our artisan builds. And so what ended up happening a couple weeks ago was someone won. They looked at her numbers and they were like, your numbers are shit. And they fucking did it like live on stream. They were like, there are no redeeming qualities. So we're going to re-roll and give the computer to somebody else because giving the computer to you does not give us a return. And
well, that's shit.
Yes.
That's what that is.
Yes. Yes. But now
you won this fair and square, but yeah, by the way, you're garbage. So, oh my God, that's dumb. That's demeaning. That's I would say almost borderline illegal. Honestly, if it randomly and then you say something and then you go, okay, but no, you can't have it because you're not good enough for us. What the actual fuck?
Yeah, it ended up turning into like a very bad thing. And it's not so much like someone just brought up, it wasn't so much Artisan Builds as the company. It was a problem with their CEO, and their CEO was the one that made that decision and did those things. And that's also actually a very good indication of exactly what I'm trying to illustrate here. So let give me one moment. We're gonna I need to help grab something really fast, but to kind of finish my thought.
It's okay.
Sorry, but to finish my thought, yeah, it's pretty much you got guys up top, and they are not they are not paying attention to the culture and what everybody else feels about this. So give me one moment. We're going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so I'll be right back. And then we have some trailers to watch and then for the show here. So bear with me. I'm going to play a quick ad. And we will be right back.
I'll take care of the subscribers.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm not talking about it in that way. Okay, to be fair, I do hope that the person that they had re-rolled, I do hope that they get some compensation for that, because that sounds like a shit move. They should talk to somebody about that legally. I didn't know that happened. I'd seen a couple of friends get computers for Artisan Builds, but I didn't know that just happened. Also, we love you subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber and you're seeing this, well... Oh, she did? Okay. But still, that's not enough compensation for basically defamation on that point. I think that's defamation? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if you're seeing this without having subscription, I mean, that's cool. I don't like, blame people for blocking. But if you have a Prime sub, I mean, we have this sub goal under here. I don't know how many we're currently at. I can't really see that all that well. It's a little bit blurry. But if you want to drop a sub and you have a Prime, also, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have a free Twitch Prime Just link your account, and then you can use it on this channel or any other channel you want to. I like this channel. $50? Really? Well, we're being optimistic, but still. I'm looking at you, chat. You're right there. I can see everything you do. Okay. But still, like I said, you have a Prime sub if you have Amazon Prime. Use it. This is like the only time I actually advertise this, okay? So, I mean, you can use it anywhere you want. We'd feel honored if you used it here. Also, for the audio listeners on Spotify, if you want to follow us, you can actually follow us on Spotify. I think that's a thing. I don't know how Spotify works. I'm not a Spotifyer. And anywhere else that we're currently at, follow us for weekly things. I don't know what that is, Bojack. I'm sorry. Is that a tail? Hey, and if you like what you see, you can recommend us to friends. We like new people.
Boom, boom. Am I good? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been trying to get us some views and or Twitch Prime subs.
Oh, well, I appreciate that because I appreciate streaming.
I mean, we're only at like that 8 out of 50.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be at least 9.
There's a little thing down there. And I appreciate that. This is the kind of hawking that that is legitimately better, because then that means that money is going directly back to you instead of into the pockets of some foreign investor.
So trailers, right?
Yeah, so we got a couple trailers. We got a couple trailers here. So did you see that
What I saw?
did you see that the first trailer for a movie that literally came out over a decade ago and immediately promised a sequel has been
Avatar
shown?
2?
Yeah.
Oh, Song of, I think it's Song of Water, and I forget the actual title, but it involves water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first
so
trailer.
Don't bring that Mountain Dew in the middle of it, because you might need to go to the bathroom in the middle of it. It's water-based.
Yep, so the first trailer just hit. Let me go ahead and pull that up.
They actually showed it in the theater whenever I went to go see Downton Abbey.
Oh, really?
Not the target audience they were looking for.
Huh.
Anyway.
Well, that's kind of interesting. So let's go ahead here.
I went to go see Downton Abbey. I actually like that stuff, but whatever. Don't judge me. Fuck you if you judge me. Anyway.
No. Anybody who judges Tina needs to check themselves.
I'm sophisticated, goddammit.
It's been long enough where I don't remember how to speak Nave. I at one point knew how to speak Nave.
They have translators in games too.
Yeah.
Games that we don't mention on Twitch.
I mean, I know like a few phrases still. I like constructed languages. But yeah, it looks pretty. The problem though is it going to be relevant?
It looks dated, actually, now that we are looking at it
doesn't it?
20, almost, this forever ago.
Doesn't it?
It looks like it would have been great 5 years afterwards.
Yeah.
Wherever we go, this family.
I don't feel like the characters are all that relevant anymore after waiting
Right.
this long,
Exactly.
to be honest.
Right.
Is our fortress.
Yeah. Bojack says, it's too late now. And yeah, I think I think I agree as well.
Am I gonna see it? Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna see it. Although December in Ohio is probably the worst possible time to release something like that. Because it's gonna be snowing and I ain't gonna go out in the snow. So at that point, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. Murnaka asks, do you think that they were set back? Their rendering farms were set back by Bitcoin mining, and
No,
that's
because it looks like
that's
it's the
what
same damn rendering that they did back then.
Pretty
That's
much.
the point. It looks the same.
I know.
It's the same fucking rendering.
It's this. It looks the same, and I mean, to one extent, you want it to look the same. You want to have consistency so that it's one consistent,
it's not relevant.
and
Like I
coherent
remember
world.
Jake and all the people inside of it. I remember what happened in the movie because I have the movie and I've watched it multiple times. But to somebody that's like, well, I haven't really seen the movie. Is it worth seeing the first movie and then going to see this one? I can't exactly sit there and tell them yes. I honestly can't. Looking at that trailer, I cannot sit there and say, yeah, sure.
I know that it has been too long. Yeah, I know that it's been too long.
They promised the second movie. They promised a total of 5 movies. If you remember correctly, they said the word 5 movies. We've seen 2.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen though with the timeline. We will be seeing new movies most likely every year to give us the rest of the everything.
But do we really need them at this point though?
No.
Is the first movie enough to stand alone on its own merit? Yes, it is. I could also say the same thing about The Matrix. You watch The Matrix. It stands alone on its own merit. Does the first Avatar movie stand alone on its own merit and give a story? Yes. Do I need to see the second one after this many years? And then a third one, and then a fourth one, and a fifth one? I don't really think I need more than 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. And that's what
make it a trilogy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, I know that it has been too long because just now I was trying to make a joke because it's like I cannot. They're effectively like a big saying in the movie. If you haven't seen a movie, spoilers for something that's a decade old. There's a quote that is "I see you." It is like one of the first things that he learned that the character learns in the Na'vi language, which for those of you who don't know, they did a lot of work on the world building and everything, and they actually they got like not just like a professional linguist, but like this like person that has like done like research on like the origin of language and everything. He's like a PhD professor. And they got him and he created a language that was realistic based on the anatomy of humans and, you know, the Na'vi, the alien creatures, but would arise completely from non-Earth things, because every language on Earth and like all of the constructed languages and everything are thinking from our point of view. And so he invented a language that like doesn't follow any of our rules of language across like all languages on Earth, for the sole purpose of being like, the only reason why all of these languages exist the way that they do is because they have borrowed from other languages, or they heard a sound from something else and said that sound sounds cool. What if these sounds have no point of reference and you were just trying to figure out what is the most efficient way to say this thing is trying to kill me? And it made a pretty interesting, cool language. Point that I'm trying to make is, at one point I had learned it, and now I don't remember it enough to make a joke about the language. That's how long the time has gone, and that is probably the biggest testament to the fact that I don't think that these movies need to exist.
I'm going to go ahead and just say it now. Back in the day, this technology was brand new. They decided to, hey, this is great. We'll show off this brand new stuff. James Cameron did an amazing job. I think this is James Cameron? Right?
Yeah, this is Cameron. Yep, this is James Cameron.
So he did a great job. He used cutting edge technology back then. Showed off all this stuff. And then now that if you look in this trailer, they're using the same animations for the exosuits. That was my first hint that maybe they hadn't worked a little bit. The Na'vi are about the same kind of animation too. The animals seem like they're maybe a little bit better, but they're kind of about the same style as they were. And now Murnaka's like, well, maybe it's graphical fidelity. I'm like, yes, maybe, but if I can look at a model, like for the construction suit, all these years later and still go, oh yeah, I remember that exact same model from the first one. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. And sure. They're gonna want to have everything more or less the same. They're gonna want to more or less say like, oh, everything is like, pretty comparable. That's great. That's awesome. The thing is that there's going to be some new environments. Really, the only big new graphical thing is the fact that there's water everywhere, which is always like a big computing task to make water look realistic. That's really the only thing that this movie brings to the table. It is the same. It's the old movie, but now there's water everywhere. So
the major question is, and they're going to have to solve this too, is this a time skip? Or are we coming right in after the original one?
No, it's a time skip.
Now, if they're doing,
I know.
I was about
I know
to say,
for a fact.
if they're not doing a time skip, if they're not doing a time skip, then how the fuck do you justify everything that we just saw in the trailer? But since it's a time skip, then yeah.
So here's the premise from my understanding of what is happening is first movie happened all those years ago, just like real time, just like happened all that time ago. Obviously they want that like I think is actually called vibranium or something.
I think it was
unobtainium. That's right.
I think it was unobtainium.
Yeah, unobtainium.
I've seen it multiple times. So
yeah. So they still want that. They still want that shit because it makes things hover, and that's cool. That's sci-fi. So they need it. So they're gonna fucking get it in any way that they possibly can. And so here is my understanding of the continuity of the universe, because what we have now is the first movie is the beginning. That is the episode that is the episode 4, 5, and 6 of the Star Wars of this universe. Okay. Then we and then this
you
is
really
the
can't compare Star Wars and Avatar.
Yeah, I know I can't. I know I can't, but I'm just trying to like establish a timeline here. So the very beginning is the first movie that came out. And then the movies that they're about to release are these in between movies. This is like going to be the new guard. All of the things that happened in the first movie caused what is happening in this new series of movies, which is like Way of Water, and then it's going to be like, you know, something of Earth or something of something else or whatever. You know, whatever. Yeah.
Way of if you drink too much soda during this movie, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom because there's damn much water.
Exactly. So you've got the middle bit, and then the aftermath of what happens from these is the theme park. So Disney, who owns Fox now, therefore owns Avatar.
About that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so if you go to the parks, if you go to the parks, they actually have built in, there's a whole bunch of things that people have seen in the parks and they're like, that's really interesting. I want to know the story of that. And the people who are like the character actors and individuals that you see, they say, well, that was a rough, that they're instructed to be like that. There was a rough war in the past, and that is the aftermath of all of that, which that didn't happen in the movie.
They've been setting this up for many years.
Yeah, they've been trying to set this up because what they really, really, really want is they really want to create some form of like I guess you'd say like their Wizarding World-ish thing, where it's like there is like all this mythology and inside knowledge and everything that it exists in this thing, and people who are fans can then completely like immerse and get into that stuff. You can't really do that with Marvel because Marvel exists in our universe-ish, just with superheroes. So like there's not really escapism that can happen.
Yeah, you're right, Monaca. There's not much that's there for them to work with.
Yeah, and so
soon, no, hopefully.
Yeah, and so they didn't have, and so yeah, you guys are right. Monaca says that they didn't have very much to go off of, and yeah, they don't. They really, really, really don't. They're effectively trying to make something from scratch. And they had some ideas and they went through, but then like the company and the production houses changed hands like multiple times, which every company that came into that just like, you know, made them say, hey, well, we want to do this and we want to go bigger and we want to do this and that. And then Disney got involved, and then that no doubt stopped them and made them go like, no, well, we're going to do all this and we want to blah, 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 blah. And so now we're years and years and years and years and years later, and nobody cares because like,
honestly, at this point, it's a movie. I mean, I'll see it, but it doesn't really mean too much to me anymore.
Yeah. So all of the characters that we end up seeing, from my understanding, like Jake and everybody, they are really just the old guard handing off to these new kids. And these new kids,
like a Ghostbusters Afterlife type thing.
Yeah, that's literally kind of what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like the children of Jake and you know, a bunch of other like kids that have now grown up, and they're now, you know, seeing the humans now arriving, but now they're arriving with weapons because it's no longer like they're a bunch of natives and we can just take this shit and what are they gonna do? Now it's, well,
that was a very brutal first movie. People need to watch that.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. It had a very large environmental message to it.
Yeah, and
which is one of the points of the movie.
Yeah, and the new ones, and no doubt the new ones are going to have that same exact message too. But
well, that's why it's called Way of the Water, because ocean conservation is currently a hot topic.
Yeah. But hopefully, with a little bit of luck, they'll be able to make something that is worth something. But speaking of luck,
when are they going to bring back my boy OG Readmore, which is also relevant back in them times?
Maybe, I don't know. But
that's dating me. People can look that up and be like, "Oh shit, she old," but still.
Yeah, we're old people. We're old people. But speaking of luck, pretty much there is a new animated movie that is about to be released on Apple, because I'm a fucking Apple shill. That's my big thing. Apple TV is repeatedly showing that it's worth its shit.
I'm more concerned, or more looking forward to the new. Oh wow, that's actually. But I'm more looking forward to the whole Jurassic World finale.
Well, we'll see.
Movie.
Luck is different all around the world, like in Scotland, where a black cat like me is considered very lucky. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. Name's Bob, by the way, and this is the land of luck. Morning, Jerry. We work behind the scenes to create those wee lucky and unlucky moments that make up your everyday life. Like these guys, an entire team thinking up the jammy luck, that kind that makes you feel like $1 million. Okay, maybe $100. Of course, then there's the other team, working on the not so jammy kind of luck, and they sure love what they do. Well, you humans are a complicated lot, and that's why things run so smoothly here, because no human has ever stepped foot in this place, and with a little bit of luck, they never will.
Where am I?
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
DreamWorks. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's new movie. It's gonna be coming out.
without even seeing the company behind that, because I don't know if I caught the beginning of that. Was that actually DreamWorks?
I actually think it is. What's the name of that company? It's not DreamWorks. I'm just trying to.
Is it Imagine?
Is Skydance. It's actually Skydance. Skydance is doing.
Are they the ones that did Sing?
Yeah. No. Sing is by the Comcast Minions. Illumination. Yeah, it's by Sing is by Illumination.
Okay.
But this is Skydance.
First of all, the reason why I'm trying to make a correlation here is the pig models look exactly like the ones from Sing.
Well, I mean, they're pigs.
They're down to the. I mean, the snout wrinkles are the same. Some people animate pigs differently.
True.
Snout wrinkles are the same. So I'm thinking, is somebody working? That could be the thing. The artist that did the pigs could be working for Skydance for this movie.
Maybe.
So there you go.
That's fair. But anyway, yeah, it's an oink snoot. It's an oink snoot. But yeah, no, it's pretty. That actually looks really good, and they keep releasing trailers for like stuff out of nowhere. That's just like, hey, that looks fun. That looks cool. And they are shaping up to be a pretty competent service, especially seeing as it's like $5. So I'm expecting them to raise the price.
Great.
Yeah, true. So I'm expecting them to raise their price like any minute now, because
I doubt that. If they're going to start marketing to kids, parents will be like, it's only $5. It's like subscribing to somebody on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of, once again, there's like you know, it helps. It helps.
I segue.
Yeah.
I ride a Segway into the studio every day. I segued into getting us potentially a sub for $5. It's only $5.
Yeah.
Also, Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. Okay, I'm done.
It's
Next
important. It's important. It's important because Gingy is completely like he's captured. We got a ransom note, and they said, you know, the only thing
they asked for $5.
They
asked for $5.
They asked for $5 from a bunch of different people, and they're saying like, you know, if we don't get subs, you know, then we're not going to do that. They explicit. It's pretty weird.
He was kidnapped by Bezos?
Yeah, they're very maybe quite possibly, but like, you know, they were very weird kidnappers, because I know, you know, Tina said that they said $5, but they were like, you know, we want $5 from all of your subscribers.
I read the $5 part and just I read the $5 part and just blinked out after that. I'm like, oh, they're only asking for $5.
Yeah, no, they're like, we want $5 from all of your subscribers, or he gets it. And I'm like, what gets what? And they're like, it. And I'm like, that's not going off. And they're just like, do you want him to get it? And I'm like, well, I don't know what it is. If you can elaborate on what it is, if you could define it, then maybe I can. Yeah, they were just, they were just, you know, they were saying like, you know, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
I'm talking about coffee. God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat's got dirty minds if they thought I was talking about something else.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. But anyway, they said, you know, if you don't deliver to us subscribers, we won't deliver back to you, Gingy.
Pennywise, poopy.
Yeah, which makes no sense because
we're gonna summon Pennywise.
People subscribing to me doesn't really give the kidnappers anything. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, I just need to pass that along.
They do if they're Amazon, but we're not going to talk about that. Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid? Who's available?
Know. I'm going to raid the hamburgers that are ready for me for about an hour. That's what I'm going to raid.
You should raid those.
They will be good.
Anybody in chat have any suggestions for who we should grace with our presences? Let's see. Well, let me see if there's somebody I know that's online.
No, it's a shame that a certain skunk person that I wanted to be here is currently at a convention in Ohio.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's a shame that convention I could not be at, but anyway.
Well, maybe the next one, you know.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Maybe.
Let's see.
No, they're not around. Damn. She's also she's also a nice person. She's not around.
Okay. Let's see.
If anybody wants to guide the raid, there's a redemption thing at the bottom. You can send us to a place. Make sure they're online and they're not ending soon, though, because last time it was a little bit of a.
Yeah. Hey, Foopy, you said there's Remy. Could you put their name in chat so that I can look them up? Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat that from last week.
No, we're good. We're good.
That's not a
honest mistake.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. While we're
Nico, nice.
Yeah, so while we're getting the raid together, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Apologize for me kind of having to dip out a couple times to take care of some stuff. Family is family. You gotta do stuff. Gotta take care of stuff. But
I'm gonna get some grilled burgers here in the near future. That'll be good.
If you don't already listen to America's Next Top Podcaster, like I said, we're 6 episodes in. I may have been eliminated, but without spoiling anything, there's a very good chance that I may return multiple times throughout the rest of the season. So just because I'm out of the running doesn't mean that I'm out of the game. So make sure you keep listening to America's Next Top Podcaster. Follow that. Listen to the episodes that have come out so far. Tweet at them. Just say, Scyne was robbed. I mean, respectfully.
Whoa!
Yeah, no.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you fucking do that. Chat, behave. Holy shit.
Yes, absolutely. And also make sure you hang out with us. Like I said, go to discord.scyne.com. That'll take you directly to our Discord, where you get to hang out with us as we chat about all kinds of random things. You can post things if you think it is something that'd be interesting.
New content soon.
There's new content coming for Zenith, and when that goes live, we're going to be talking about it. So if
Well,
you
actually, probably also be live to get ready for it.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that, and we're gonna have some fun, and we're probably gonna be streaming that. Hopefully Thursdays ish. We'll see. We'll figure out. We'll figure a date.
I'm working on getting my rig set up so I can stream it. So there's that.
Yeah. So, but that's the cool stuff.
Soon, I guess. I don't know.
Ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Yes. The meme supreme. The meme supreme. Yeah, there is a channel in our Discord.
Well, apparently we're being guided.
Yep. But our raid is being guided. Yeah. And so
Okay.
Yeah, and so you can find the most memeiest thing. There's all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, check us out at discord.scyne.com. And yeah, that's the good stuff right there. But anyway, it looks like
chat, and then I'm looking up at Discord, and then I'm looking at you chat. But we have a guided raid.
We've got a guided raid. We're gonna be going and having some fun with Cloud Ripper, it looks. So let's go ahead and start that.
Sounds like a guy I'd like to hang out with.
Yeah.
Or a girl.
Well, we'll find out. And that didn't paste. Come on.
I'm gonna get me some grilled burger. That'd be good.
There we go. Now we've got it going. Here we go. So, anyway.
If you want to find out how good the burger was, go to the Discord and I'll say something about it later.
Absolutely. Tina routinely tells us all about the burgers that she consumes in the general chat.
I mean, it's food.
Yeah, she
I'll do that soon.
Yeah, she goes into explicit detail describing like every fold in the lettuce and like exactly, like she actually takes it apart. You count the number of seeds in the tomato. It's super weird. I don't know why.
If I put a tomato on it, I probably will. I like seedless tomatoes though, so those are good.
Yeah.
Less slimy too.
Yeah, true. But yeah, she does that.
Anyway, we love you all. And if you're not
Absolutely.
a subscriber, subscribe.
That's right. So anyway, again, said it a million times. Say it a million times again. We love you. We appreciate all of your support, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. I'm probably not going to be here next week. That is going to be because of some stuff that I'm doing, and I'm seeing my family. But we will keep you posted. So just keep checking discord.scyne.com. So anyway, bye.
Bye. Bye.
I think that